back in the series, giving you the different type of police officers who are in the force. So we are number 4. The waste police officers are the ones who see no evil, hear no evil, and do not enforce the laws of Jamaica. Yes, man. These are some of the worst kind of police officers in the police force. So before I continue with the waste police officer, I don't want you guys think for a minute that, not because I have brought to the fore the conduct, behavior, and modus operandi of some of our most influential so-called businessmen in Jamaica who are criminals in Jamaica. When I said criminals, a person don't have to convicted for a crime to be labeled a criminal, You understand what I'm saying? It's just like how America label people terrorists. They don't have to terrorize people or in a community to be labeled terrorists, but because of their intention or the group that they are affiliated with. So you got to understand that these men, they're affiliated with gangs or militia. You understand what I'm saying? Gangs, militia, meaning that these are people that can make up an army. You understand? They are not report to the government. They just report back to the militia leaders who are these 3 guys, George Pang, Danai Williams, and Skengdan. You have other militia leaders, but the most influential one that we ever see in Jamaica, that we ever witnessed and saw his power was Christopher Duduscope. And that's why the Jamaican police have been under sustained and relentless attack from both political parties. And they weaponize the firearm licensing authority to fight their covert war against the United States of America, headed by Shane Dallin. But we're not going to rest until we get justice. You understand? We won't rest because our police officer deserve respect and should be respected by these people. You understand? As we said that these people, they are the most influential criminals in Jamaica, who are known gang and militia leaders and are in possession of licensed firearms in Jamaica. And the police officers who have served in the police force and they have resigned or retired and migrated overseas, the same police officers, these police officers who have served with honor, courage, and commitment, you understand, their firearms license are revoked. All of them. And and the ones who have served and living in Jamaica have lost their firearm licenses, not because they are convicted of any crime, but due to jealousy, bad mind, envy, and pocket watching labor rights at FLA. Yeah, and it started by this guy from St. Mary Bobby's Montague. Or one God third, a man who have served in the police force, irrespective of what you want to think about him. You understand what I'm saying? This person is not convicted of any crime or anything like that, but because you're a pocket watcher, that people have passed down wealth to them or stuff like that, you're gonna be watching them and they don't deserve to have a gun, but yet still you have people who connected to James Roberts in St. Thomas who are responsible for killing people. You understand what I'm saying? And they are known dons and they have guns, but you're going after police people who have served in the police force. You understand what I'm saying? And taking away their guns because they are not labor rights, or if they are PMP, they are not in any gang. They are affiliated with these 3 known influential people: Danai Williams, Skengdan, and George Bank. Once people are affiliated with these people are untouchable either. You understand? Because they know what can happen to them. Because these people, they knew what happened to Derek Yu, the judge. You understand? That they had sent to kill. So they don't mess with these people. But the law abiding people, they attack them. You understand? Or active duty police officers have to go through the same process as every Jamaican to apply for a gun. And that is very disrespectful. Disrespect by the government. The government have no respect for the police officers. Police officers are supposed to be given priority. You understand? Just like how when I have received my firearm, the day when I apply for my firearm, I get the paper to go and buy the gun the same day because the commanding officer said that if you're in the police force and you cannot um, have a firearm license, you should not be in the force. You understand? You don't have to go through all of these things because you're already a police officer. So all of these red tapes that they have put up, I know it was a big fat guy, Peter Phillips, that did it because he's a man that hate police, and he's a very envious and jealous and bad mind and a pocket watcher too. You understand? But I used to think that it was the PMP LGBTQ plus party hated everything about the police. You understand? I didn't know that although this JLP LGBTQ plus party is not like the JLP party of the 1980s. This one is Michael Manley party 2.0. You understand? Bad mind, these people bad mind, socialist thinking. The member of the police force should be treated differently. And a license firearm should not only be a privilege but a right, an entitlement, because they have they have put their lives on the line for the Jamaican people, and that alone is enough to treat them with respect. The Prime Minister continue to be disrespectful. This Prime Minister, and even yeah, and it's continue. Shane Dallin, who is the CEO at FLA, Shane Dallin, who is the CEO at FLA, is the man who's responsible for the covert, who is put in charge of fighting the covert war against the United States of America because of the extradition of Christopher Dudoscore. I would like any labor writer or people to tell me what I'm saying is a lie. Because the only people who cannot read and understand don't understand when the war is happening. They think that every time a war starts, there has to be shot, fire, and people die. And people dead. And it don't work like that. Shane Darling, we will not stop until we, the police officers, pass and present, get justice from Uncle Sam. Because we know that you are fighting a covert war against the United States of America because of the extradition of Christopher Dudoscore, a JLP strongman who's responsible for countless murders in Jamaica of police officers and other people of Jamaica. We won't stop until we get justice. And we need police officers, past and present. Once they do not convicted for any crime, these people must have their guns to protect themselves because they have served this country with honor, courage, and commitment. All right. So as I've said, today is October 10th, 2021. So we're back in the series of the different types of police officer. So welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. This is Detective Porter, an experienced police officer of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, who's about to educate you with facts and not propaganda or hyperbole for the government or its minion. I am not here to support criminals or their supporters, who I do believe that criminals must live in fear for their lives, not law-abiding citizens. I do believe in preemptive strikes, which is a form of self-defense to prevent the killers from killing our unarmed citizens who are law-abiding Jamaicans. Extrajudicial killing is when gunmen enter an unarmed citizen's dwelling house and instruct them to go on their knees, then execute them. That is extrajudicial killing. That term should not be affiliated to the security force at no time. Not because judicial is in it. It has nothing to do with police. Because if if a group of men go inside of a house, like what happened in Clarendon, and you put four people to kneel and then you shoot them in the back of their head. Whenever you're caught by the police, the same thing supposed to be meted out to you. Why you supposed to? You can kill four people in that manner, and then you go to jail so you can boast out and tell your friends about you kill people. No, the same supposed to mete it out to you and them thing. And you understand what I'm saying? So when the security force take out killers and murderers, it is called preemptive strikes, as the United States government, Russia, Israel, and other countries treat their domestic terrorists who are living within their borders. You understand? All they care about, you know, waste a police officer. All they care about is the 25th of the month when it's pay time. They do not do any police work at all. And they think that the lawbreakers love them because they are seen as cool police officers who are considered the people's police. Yeah, man, these police officers see no evil, hear no evil. You understand? But what they do not know is that they are a liability to themselves, the community, and the police force as a whole. They never knew anything about policing. The only thing that these people know is just to go to work, put on their uniform, and watch the clock, and which, currently, it really work like for people like, those kind of police officers, that go to work, just watch the clock, see no evil, but I am talking about, back then in time, the police force, they're motivated to do the work because that's what you get paid for. But, when you have police officers who are wasters, these waster police officers, they don't care about anything at all. These police officers, most of the time, they don't even walk at gun because they don't think that anybody is going to do them anything because, you know, um, they are the kind of police that they see no evil, hear no evil. And if they see somebody getting robbed or killed or anything like that, they are not going to intervene because that is not a part of their DNA. Because that's why they are wasters. You understand? Once they do the 8 hour shift and they finish, they cannot get them to do anything else. They don't they are not a part of the system per se. They're just on the payroll. You understand what I'm saying? And these police officers, they have friends of all calibers. You understand what I'm saying? You know. But that's how it is, in Jamaica and in the police force. You have some characters, I am telling you, man. The waster, whenever he put on his uniform, man, sometimes his shirt is dirty, his pants is raggedy, his shoes is dirty. Sometimes they have, the superior have to shame him, what I'm saying, tell him to go and clean his shoes or iron his pants or his shirt and his regulation number with the upside down and the JCF badge with it would not fix properly and he's not neat in his uniform and because of that they don't want to you know, put him on a duty for the public to see him out there because they know that he's going to embarrass the police force. But for him, he doesn't care because he's a waster and a waster is doing what he's supposed to do. Just waste time, you understand? And, those are the people that the police force have to be dealing with on a daily basis. But it's good in time the police officer they have pride in what they're doing, their job. You understand? The Jamaica Constabulary Force is a very prestigious organization. When I joined it, over the years, things has morphed and we have seen, the rise of criminality. But, as we have said, and we continue to say, we strive and we want a better police force. That's all. We just want to see a better police force and a better Jamaica, a place where people can live and raise their family, where people feel safe and secure, and people don't have to be having in a burglar bar living in prison in their own home. That day can return. You understand? You know, we can return to that, but it's going to take a generation, and it has to take leadership for this to done, for it to be done. You know, um, thanks for watching the Jamaica Young Police channel. Remember to like and share, and most of all, comment. Those who send me message on IG, yeah, man, thanks your messaging. But you can comment and I'll know what you're thinking so that I can address it. As I've said before, this is not a news channel where I'm going to read news to you or anything. If you want to read news, you go and read it in the paper or listen it elsewhere. I am not reading news. What I am here is just facts and historical events of what happened and how we can make the police force and Jamaica a better place. Have yourself a nice day. All the best. Thanks.